Hello.
Hello.
That's the first time we've had an intro. Yay.
I know, we're figuring this out. And we're not just live on Facebook. Oh, it looks like one of these isn't going to work. But we are live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. We tried to go live on Instagram, but technical difficulties.
New updates, Craig.
We also have a TikTok, and we tried to figure out the TikTok connection, but apparently you have to have 1,000 followers. So everybody go follow us on TikTok and tell everybody you know.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I like it.
This is like a way new thing for me. I'm kind of nervous. I'm not going to lie.
What do you mean? Why are you nervous? It's so exciting.
Because I'm showing a feature that is still in development.
It's going to be great.
Like literally was like finishing 5 minutes ago, some things. So, oh yes, Craig, we're totally like podcasters now. We're figuring it out.
We are. We need to call Craig and get some tips, I think.
Yeah.
So, as people jump on, it looks like say hi, say where you're from. I don't know, say something so that we know that you're here. But we can go ahead and get started. I don't want to waste a ton of time with all the chit chat at the beginning because we have a lot to cover. So welcome everyone. I think kind of the goal for today is that we have a very large change to the software. And this is something that you guys use every single day. It's the main screen that you're looking at when you log into the system. So we just didn't want to launch that without some sort of sneak peek, if you will.
Or several.
Or several sneak peeks, training, things like that. So the intention of this is just so that you guys can see it ahead of time. This is a very, very large project, and we're planning to release it in phases. So this is the first phase that we're going to show you today. There's more planned once we get the basics alive, which is what we're going to show you today. We do have some additional plans for the future as well, for phase 2 and 3 probably.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over some things today. If you guys have questions, don't hesitate to add in the comments. Hey, Safeguard, good to see you guys. Thanks for jumping on.
You know, I was thinking today while I was working on this is probably one of the biggest features we've ever launched, because normally we launch big features or we launch new things and it's like you can use it in addition to, right? Like payments or leads or whatever. It doesn't affect your day-to-day. This is such a drastic change because it's changing everyone's day-to-day the minute we launch it.
Yeah.
So it's a little scary.
It's not scary. I think once you start showing it to people and once they see it, it's just a calendar, guys. It's
well, I only say it's scary because we're really protective over changes and messing up our customers day to day because we know how vital the software is. And so that's why we're doing the live. We've been doing a ton of promotional videos for this, which has been fun. Yeah. So definitely if you follow us or check those out if you haven't seen them.
Yeah, they're kind of funny. It's been a good time with Jordan and his team over at
Gerald.
All right, well, let's dig in, shall we? Are we ready? Ready?
What are we showing first?
So I think let's just show how clean and simple it can be. Let's give them the overview, and I'll kind of frame this a little bit for you. So this whole thing has been built around all of the feedback that we've gotten from our customers over the last forever years. So sometimes customers will be like, I need to see this. And other customers will be like, I don't want to see all of this. So, it's not always the same feedback from all of you, despite what you may think. So we really did try to go back through all of the collection of feedback that we've gotten from our actual users who are living in this every day to come up with something that's going to work better for everyone. So I hope that you guys do see the benefits to this and that it is going to be better, even though it might be a little bit of a change. So go ahead, Amanda.
All right. So ta-da! Obviously, by now, it's a new calendar update. Cleaner, more customizable, more options, modernized. I don't even know what else to say. Better, more things.
Better, way better.
Yeah. Let's just talk about Well, let's see. Well, I don't know. Is there anything else that I missed that we should talk about as far as like the overall look and feel?
I mean, I think it matters that some of this is the same. It is just a calendar, guys. This is like it's not like we've made it do backflips and cartwheels. It's just a calendar. Some of the functionality here is exactly what you would expect from a calendar. You still
And
have. Go ahead.
just the general navigation is the same as our existing calendar. So you click on a day, it's going to go to the day. You
Yeah.
click on an appointment, it's going to open up the appointment. None of that is changing. And we do have some more views available now too. So you can go through like a monthly view, which obviously a weekly view, daily view, but then you can do a list view in addition to like the basic card view.
Yeah.
So you can really dive into any way you want to see the calendar and work the calendar. And you'll notice map is here. Map is not ready. So there's nothing to show today. We do have a screenshot that I need to pull that up. We do have a screenshot we can show if you're interested in seeing the map, but the map will now be available across all views, not just the daily view, which is a big update too.
Huge, huge. That's definitely something that customers have been asking for. You want to talk about like the tiny little thing in the upper right hand corner of the calendar view on any given week?
The plus?
No, the like during the week, if you look at a specific
Oh,
day.
yes. Okay. Sorry. Weather. Well, we should talk about the plus. I mean,
Okay.
there's so much. So we're not showing it today. We're actually doing another live later. We wanted to kind of split this up because it's a lot, but you will be able to add appointments directly from the calendar now and not just go and create an appointment create a customer to create an appointment for them. You will be able to schedule on any view of the calendar that you have.
Yeah.
So that's nice. In addition to personal appointments and company appointments.
Personal appointments. So what we mean by that, guys, is that you can schedule yourself off for a dentist appointment or whatever without having to use the integration, which is usually how we would direct people in the past. So you don't have to go to your Google Calendar or whatever to schedule that personal appointment. You can actually do it inside Contractor Accelerator now. So definitely something you guys have been asking for.
Okay, so yeah, sorry, I wanted to mention that, but because I said the plus button, but the weather, yes. So from the beginning, we had this idea of, oh, how cool would it be to see the weather on your calendar? And so you can open up your monthly view and you will see the weather for your company's address across 10 days. So it's a 10-day forecast. But in addition to, I don't know if you want me to show. Do you want me to just jump in and show?
Show.
So when you open up an appointment to view the details, oh, this was something Jen wanted me to hide, but I didn't. That's okay. When you open up to view the details, you will see the weather for the location that you're scheduling. So, or where that appointment is. So if this is a job and it's going to be, 2 hours away, you can open up and see what the weather is going to be like at that location. So cool.
Yeah. You got a nice little 10-day forecast on the monthly and weekly view too. So,
this will also be incorporated when you're scheduling. So when you're scheduling out jobs, the calendar will update to show you that 10-day forecast on the month view for that location of the job.
Yeah.
So you can take weather into account if you want to.
Do you want to talk about what you're showing here? We'll kind of stick around from our original plan, but you've shown it, so we might as well talk about it.
Yeah. So this is when you click on an appointment, this is what it looks like. So you will be able to, get more details. It's going to be cleaner, modern, overhauled look. You'll be able to see the project information, customer and property. We give you a little preview of the property image, which I think is really cool. We have these links now, but we, kept those around obviously. And then you can go off and view the project detail or the project or the customer. But if you click on an appointment that is happening that day, you can send them a on the way text. So this will be built in where on the appointments for today, you can click them, open them up, and then you can quickly throw in like 60 minutes. Thanks, Craig. I hope you use it, Craig. So you'll be able to send them an ETA of your arrival. Obviously, this messaging will be customizable. Once you send that, it's going to tell you the date that it was sent, and then you reload this and it'll tell you the last date you sent an ETA. But if something changes, you get stuck in traffic or whatever, you can open this up and send them another ETA. Very cool. Oh, yes, Luis. So Luis is on our team. Hey, Luis. Shout out. So yeah, when you open those appointments, you'll be able to see the probability of the wind and rain if it exists. Hey, Dee Dee.
Gail's watching.
All right. So we're getting distracted with comments. Okay. So sorry. That was a little like we got ahead of ourselves, but it's so exciting because on individual appointments now, when you click them, you'll be able to see those details. It's more clean. You'll be able to edit that information straight from there and reschedule straight from the calendar, like you could before. Hey, Robert, I invited him. So glad you showed up. And then you can also click on individual appointments and see that same information. Okay.
Yeah.
So since we got into the appointments.
Yeah, no, I just kind of want to make sure we're not, because we kind of did skip around a little bit. I want to make sure that we're not forgetting anything. I think a couple of the other main things that you're going to see on the screen is that if you look down the line there on Sundays, you do have a week number, small thing, but you can jump to that week if you click on it, which I think is kind of a cool update. In addition, you have that weather, which we talked about. You want to go back, Amanda?
Yeah.
And then I think let's go ahead and jump into filtering. Don't you think, Amanda?
Yeah.
So, well, I was just going to say, this is another thing that we heard. This all came from customer feedback. So, hey, I only want to see projects that aren't completed. I don't want to see anything from the past. I only want to see things that customers have confirmed. I only want to see this. I only want to see that. So we've added these filters for you, and there's a ton of different views that you can use here now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you can quickly just turn off all but company appointments, or you can just look at your tasks, which big news, tasks are on the calendar, and you can actually manage your tasks. So if you wanted to see your tasks, you can click those. You can reopen a task. You can even check them off right here without even opening it up. So yes, the filtering allows you to filter by anything. We will continue to add additional filters, but these are the ones that are going to come out of the gate. If you don't want to use them, there will be settings. There's settings for everything. So you can click your settings and you can turn off filters. But this is another big thing that we can talk about here. Well, I don't know if we want, let's wait for that one. The other filters, we can go through those real quick. So Jen said like appointment status. So if you want to just close out any or not show any appointment that's been marked completed, we've heard feedback from people where they use their calendar as like a pipeline. And so once you've completed a project or completed an appointment, you don't necessarily want to see that anymore on the calendar. So you can quickly turn off any projects that have been canceled or closed, or any appointments that have been completed. So all the filters.
All the filters.
In addition to project types. So if you wanted to see all of your projects for like fence or for deck or for foundation repair versus waterproofing, you can flip through those different statuses or filters quickly.
Yeah. Shout out to Casey, our UX UI designer, because we kept adding. We were like, oh, also, can you show this on the calendar? Can you show this on the calendar? So he had a huge job ahead of him to try and show all of the things that we wanted you guys to be able to see, while still making it look clean and modern and not incredibly overwhelming. So shout out to Casey. You did a great job.
Yes. I just realized we're at 15 minutes already. I told you.
I know.
It was going to go fast.
I know it was going to go fast. But you know what? I think we've covered a lot already, though. So
let's talk about appointment types. The number one request.
The number one request.
Literally, besides for the calendar updates, besides everything else. Hold on, let's wait for that one. Besides everything else on the calendar, this was the number one request that we've been getting for years. So right now, Contractor Accelerator is limited, where you can only have 2 types of appointments. Hindsight's 2020 when you're developing a feature, and it's a lot harder to go and add something that wasn't built in a way that can be easily added to, which is why we waited until the calendar was overhauled to add additional types of appointments. So now you get all the appointments. Now, these are what we're going to come out with as a default set of appointments. You can tweak them and adjust them as needed, but we're going to have 7 different types. So I think it's a good time to show them the company profile, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you will have standard, well, I'll let Jen go over this. I think she's better at explaining it than me.
Yes. Well, I think even to back up a little bit, with the software does a lot. Obviously, it's a full CRM bidding, drawing. We have all the things. And so most of the time, customers are also using our system for reporting because they can pull all of those details out of Contractor Accelerator. So when you're looking at your sales team and you're trying to figure out, who's my best salesperson, what's their closing rate, and you're looking at the count for how many sales appointments did they have, how many bids did they make, how many did they actually close, what's the revenue, right? Those numbers were getting skewed because you don't just have sales and installation appointments most of the time. You have follow-ups, you have deliveries, you have inspections, you have warranty appointments. And so we kept getting customers asking us, what's that?
Service.
And service appointments. Yes, I thought I listed them all. You're right. I forgot one. So those numbers were getting skewed because our users were putting all of those different appointment types. They had to put them somewhere. So they were picking either sales or installation appointments. And so now we have all these different types of appointments. So when you run those reports for your sales team, it's only going to be the sales appointments, or it's only going to be, for your warranty guy, it's only going to be warranty appointments. So it's just a lot cleaner. It also allows you to then filter by those same sets. So if you are only wanting to see your warranty appointments or only your inspections or whatever, you can filter by these different appointment types as well. So I'm really excited about this one. I know this is something that the teams have been asking for a long time. Safeguard, sweet.
So a quick note on that is that when we roll this out, you're going to still, nothing's changing. It's not going to interrupt. Things are changing. It's not going to interrupt your types of appointments. So any existing appointment you had in the system that was a sales or an evaluation is going to be a sales or evaluation here. Any type that was an installation is going to be that. But when we roll this out, you will have access to those additional types of appointments. And so you can actually go in and customize these, turn them off, change the color, change the name and the abbreviation. So on the calendar, we'll flip back to that real quick. There's this little S, or there's let's go to another one. There's a W or an E, warranty, evaluation, whatever. You can customize and change these colors and labels to any abbreviation you want. You can even use symbols or numbers here instead of letters, but we're kind of keeping things consistent with what we use now. But regardless, you'll be able to customize those here in the company profile.
Yeah. I'm excited about this one. And I'm interested to see what you guys use this for too. Like I can see some of our fence customers changing one of these to like the stain schedule, or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm interested to see how these things get used in the wild, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. So in addition to having these types of appointments, that means that user permissions have to be updated as well. So in an individual user, just go into this guy, they will have permissions for those types of appointments, which is similar to what we have now. Right now, you have a permission based on a sales role or an installation role, but we're changing that and we have a new set of permissions for these appointments. So anybody that is a salesperson role will automatically have this evaluation type appointment when we roll out. Same for installation. So it's a very easy integration. We're easing it in, but then you would need to go into those individual users and enable the permission so that you can add those types of appointments to them.
Yeah, and we'll remind you guys about that once we actually push this live. We typically send out an email and say, hey, here's what's changed. Here's your action items. This is going to be one of those action items, is go in and update all your users to make sure that they have the right permissions if they're running, warranty appointments, or if they're running deliveries or whatever.
Yeah. Sure. So before we jump back into the calendar with the permissions, let's go through a couple questions. So Craig said, just to be clear, can you assign team members, or is it just tasks to team members, or is it just for yourself? So we have tasking now. So you can create tasks. They're in the tasks table. You can assign them to different people. They show up in the task table. We just launched the reminder, so they get a reminder about the task being due. But the difference here is that now you're just seeing it on the calendar. You will only see your own tasks on the calendar. We're not giving you access to everybody else's tasks on the calendar because that is a mess. And if you really want to see their tasks, you can go to the task table. So these are just for yourself so that you can see your own tasks.
Yeah.
Hopefully that makes sense. And then Robert Brandt asked, does your program integrate with Jobber? No, we are sort of basically we're a competitor of Jobber. So we are a replacement of Jobber. Not better, not whatever, just different. So
you'd say different. Robert, if you, I will post a comment here after we hang up with a demo link. If you want to, we can connect after the call and schedule a live demo. We can kind of walk you through what the system does. If anybody would like to say anything to Robert about how we operate, you're welcome.
How great!
Add that to the
comments. We have a great question from Chris. Perfect. Chris, yes, the answer is yes. So this is another thing, once we roll out, every type of appointment will have an appointment email, a reminder email, and a completed email. So when we roll out, we will give you those defaults for all the other types, but then you can obviously go in and adjust those as needed. The sales and installation is no different than what we have now. So those will continue to roll out the same way. But yes. Oh, interesting. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I can't. I need to turn off comments.
I thought your name looked familiar. I think we've talked a few times, Robert.
So yes, Chris, the answer to your question is okay, hold on. I gotta close these. I am squirreling on these comments. The answer to your question, Chris, is yes, you can have different emails for all the different types of appointments. Yeah. Okay. I'll let Jen manage comments. I'm turning them off.
I got you, girl.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Joe. That's nice of you to say.
Yes. Thanks, Joe.
I think we're just different.
Okay. So back to the calendar. So you will be able to see and filter, obviously, all those different appointment types. If you click into view the details for your appointment, you will see that appointment type here. But in addition to, you will see all of those calendar permissions for your users. So here you can quickly see who has access to what types of appointments. This will be used for scheduling because when you schedule an appointment, like a sales appointment, you don't want to put it on an installer. So we're keeping that what we have now where you're limited to only scheduling based on that permission type, but we're giving you that detail here. And we're also giving you that detail when you go into the daily view.
Yeah. And when I first looked at this, I was like, oh, this is really overwhelming with all these colors. But now that I understand it, it's not overwhelming at all. So I think there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for everybody as far as like, oh, what does that color mean? What does that circle mean? But this is customizable to you guys. And from what I understand, a lot of people have, a color coded shop calendar anyways. So if you want to jump into the company profile and change those colors or those symbols or those names, you absolutely can. Make it make sense for you guys. One of the other things that I wanted to call out here is that the collaboration settings that we have in place today will continue as well. So right now, if you're the in-office person who's scheduling, this is going to be a way more, I can turn things on and off and I can see everybody's everything. But if you guys have those collaboration settings turned off so that your salespeople are only seeing themselves, or your installers are only seeing themselves, that will all continue to be the case. They'll only see themselves on here.
Yeah. So something else that we didn't mention yet is that you'll notice that red appointment there on the 25th. So we have added system events. So we've gotten requests over the years of people wanting like us to add holidays, and we've gone and just put those into the database for them. So the holidays marked off on their company calendar. But we will now have those living at a system level. So we will be able to throw in the holidays for all of the years coming up. And then that way you're not accidentally scheduling for a holiday and you don't have to remember to add it to your calendar.
That never happens, right?
Yeah, that's happened.
Yeah. I think the next kind of big piece is just to kind of cover like, it's kind of a choose your own adventure as far as visibility and customization. You want to talk a little bit about that, Amanda?
Yeah. So the settings are still a work in progress. You will be able to, this doesn't work yet. This is like this is development, you know, we're in it, we're this is the real and the raw. But you'll be able to manage your filters. So there are a lot of filters available by default. You'll be able to turn some on or off. You will also be able to change the order. So if you always want to see like the calendars up top, you'll be able to adjust that. We really wanted to make it as flexible as possible because everybody likes their calendar different. A couple other settings is you'll be able to have this expanded view. So this is sort of like a Google Calendar where it will fill like, or it'll be as tall as it needs to for this row. So you'll be able to see all of the appointments and the entire thing will just be scrollable. We've gotten feedback over the years where, you know, it's frustrating because you can only see 1 or 2 appointments and then you have to open them up to see all the others. And so this will just allow them to see everything. And it's just going to be a scrollable height. Okay, and then the other thing is the calendar settings. So this is still a work in progress, but I wanted to show you a quick preview. So you will be able to manage or customize the style of the card and also the data that is on the cards, the calendar or the appointment cards. Another request that we've gotten is, you know, I only care about city and state, or I want to see the customer's name, or I want to see the project name or project type. So you will be able to show or you'll be able to select these labels or to select what is on the individual calendar cards for every view. So this is just monthly view, but for monthly view, daily view, weekly view, you will be able to customize that experience. So maybe on monthly view, you want to have a color fill option or not, or maybe just on daily view. And so you'll be able to switch that data out. And so this would be how that would work. So you could customize and see your calendar in have different settings for different views for you personally and how you want to use the calendar.
Yeah. So not a company setting. It's an individual user setting for sure.
Yeah.
Which I think is gonna make a lot of folks happy.
And look how pretty all these colors are.
I like that. Of course, Amanda put pink in there.
Lots of pink. Yes, lots of pink. All right. I think that's everything for today.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back through our list. I think for today that's probably it. You know, I think overall the goal is that, like I said, we've heard a ton of feedback over the years about the calendar and the questions that come up when we're doing onboarding. It's still going to do all the same stuff it does today. We haven't taken anything away. We're just adding to it. We're giving you more visibility. We're giving you, you know, more access, more filters, more customization, more different views, more ways to filter. One of the things we didn't talk about on this screen, Amanda, I don't know if that's why you pulled it up, was the confirmed appointments. Yeah. That's something that we've recently launched within the last few months that shows up in your customer portal. If you're not using the customer portal, please reach out so I can walk you through it. It's only going to show the stuff that you're already sharing with the customer anyways. But if you're sharing those appointments with the customer and notifying the customer of those appointments, there's a spot in that customer portal where they can click a little button, and that confirms the appointment with you. So you know that they know that you're going to show up. And so it's showing up on the calendar here. Amanda, I'll kind of let you talk through the visual on that.
Yeah. So again, you can filter and just see confirmed appointments or just see unconfirmed appointments. And then you'll be able to see this little green dot, just letting you know that that appointment has been confirmed. And then when you open up that modal, you'll be able to see that confirmed time and date there as well.
Yeah. And that is a feature that is already live on the calendar today, is that they can confirm through that customer portal. It shows a little green check mark today on the calendar, but I know that that's still a fairly new feature. So I definitely wanted to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, do you want to talk about what's next? The next live?
I think so, but we have a few questions to talk through as well.
Sorry. See, I closed them.
That's probably for the best.
Oh, great question.
Yes.
So Jen mentioned at the beginning of the call or the beginning of the live that we were going to be doing multiple iterations. So this is the first big change. And then the next iterations are going to be reoccurring appointments. So you'll be able to say, okay, I have a sales team meeting every Monday morning at 8:00. Create that reoccurring appointment. The other thing is having multiple people assigned to an appointment. So right now you can only assign an appointment to one person. The next update coming after this will be allowing multiple people to be assigned to an appointment, and you will just have a primary person. So when you send an email to a customer, they, get an email saying, John is coming to see you, but maybe you also want to have a sales trainee on that appointment so that he has it on his calendar and he doesn't forget about it or whatever, he's coming also. But the customer doesn't need to know that. So you're still going to have a primary person, but then you will have additional people. You will have additional people that you can add to an appointment, as well as personal appointments. So if you wanted to create a personal appointment in the calendar and assign multiple people to it, like maybe 3 of us or a crew needs to go do this thing, you can assign multiple people to an appointment.
Awesome. So like I said, this is phase 1. We had to get the base system out first, with some of those really cool updates, like the text messaging and the tasks on the calendar and just all these filters and stuff. So those things will be coming at a later date. I don't think we have a timeline for those just yet, but know that this is the first phase in a larger plan that will include some of those other things.
Absolutely.
To answer your question, JC asked if this is being recorded. Yes, it will be posted live on all of our social media accounts for you to go back and watch later. We'll also throw it in the Help Center for those that don't have social media to be able to watch as well. Yes. And then Robert said, sorry, he wasn't talking about Jobber. He actually meant Company Cam. The answer is still the same, though. Robert, we do not integrate with Company Cam. I know that they have some features that some of our customers use. Most of the time, what we hear is that they're throwing a Company Cam link into like the project page so that they can get to it faster. But because of the customer portal, being able to use that customer portal to share photos, videos, and documents with the customer now, a lot of people aren't necessarily needing Company Cam anymore. So it kind of depends on what you're using it for, on whether you want to keep using that. Obviously, we're friendly with the folks over at Company Cam. I do know a lot of our customers were using both, but if it's just to be able to share those photos with the customer, you can now do that in the customer portal as well. Any other questions, you guys?
So let's talk about the next live.
Okay.
So we're going to have another live in a couple weeks, probably, I don't know the exact date, but that first week of June, it'll be probably Wednesday or Thursday. And that is when we're going to be showing you like using the calendar. So this first meeting was or first live, I call it a meeting. Basically it's a meeting. The first live was more about here's the calendar, here's how it's going to work, or here's all the things you get. The next one will be more about creating a customer or scheduling appointments. I mean, the calendar is ingrained into the homepage. It's ingrained into creating a customer. It's ingrained into your project and having the calendar there. So that live will be walking through how you actually use it in all of those different places. And when's it going to drop? Probably the week after that. So we're looking at second week of June, but don't hold us to it. This is still in progress. We're still working on it. So that is our hope. But we're working diligently.
Yeah. Meaning, I'm going to go ahead and jump in and just say a couple of things. So I think it's public knowledge, since all of our social media was pink there for a while, and we had some posts from Amanda. But Amanda's going through chemotherapy right now. And so while we have a team of developers behind her, for something this big, we definitely want to make sure that she is able to be a part of it and make sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, and that nothing is going to be disrupted for our customers.
And we can just be transparent and say, I am working on this feature. This is all me. With Casey, and obviously Jen as support, filling in all the default content and making sure all the words sound right and look right and make sense and everything. It's a team effort, but the actual development part of it is just me. The team is working on other things. So while this is coming, we can give a teaser about another big project coming in the next month.
Well, hold on. My point was, that's why we're being so like, well, we'll see what date, because while Amanda's feeling really great right now, we just don't know what the future holds over the next few weeks. So I don't want to commit to a date and then she doesn't feel well and she's, trying to honor her word of what date we're going to launch it. So that's why we're being a little bit like, probably this date. Normally we'd be a little bit more committal, but here we are.
Well, normally we show a feature that's already like done.
Yeah, that's true.
But because this is so big, it's phased. It's different.
fast-paced.
And
That's
it's
right.
fun.
So second week in June is what we're shooting for.
Yeah. So the other big feature is a new way for your customers to accept bids. So the general consensus is that, or general idea is that your customer will go to the portal or go to the new bid details page, and they will be able to accept the bid. And then right there, after they accept it, in a modal front and center pop-up, it's going to say, okay, thank you. We received your signed bid. Click here to make your deposit. So it's really going to circle in. Louise is so right. Sorry. It's really going to circle in that experience for your customer, or give them a flow for accepting the bid and going through that process and making that deposit. This is going to be built in with our payment. So it's going to have that modal, that pop-up saying, hey, click here to make your payment. Going to go to our payments modal, or offer them YStack financing if they're using YStack.
Yeah. I think the big win there is, I always jokingly say, like, you could go to bed and wake up with a signed contract and money in the bank. And this makes that more realistic, right? Because as soon as they accept that bid, it's a step-by-step process that we're taking the homeowner through now. Yeah. So it is the next screen they see is like, cool, go ahead and click here to pay.
And don't worry, we'll do another live and show you that. And that'll be more like, here it's done and here's how it works.
Yeah, for sure. If you haven't started using that customer portal, though, there's another plug for another reason why you should start using it. You can share your photos, which we talked about today. You can confirm appointments, which we talked about today. And now that process is going to be a little bit cleaner and a better guided process for your customer to accept and pay. Amanda's day is 40 hours. He's not wrong.
I know. But they're the same way. So that's Luis, one of our developers. Felipe is the other one. They are the same way. They work a lot too.
Yes, they do.
Because we love what we do. It's so fun.
All right, guys. If there is no other questions, I think we can wrap it up for today. Yeah. I will post a couple of things in the comments here. I will post the link for the next live event as soon as Amanda and I decide the date. We'll post that here soon, and then I will also post a link to our help center where we're going to post a recording of this video. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you too. Let's talk, because I want to make sure that you're all good. Thanks, guys.
Everybody. Bye.